Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Nick Paolo Show. I'm your host, Nick. Straight white male. I guess the white part's debatable. Every time I say that, all my black friends, all one and a half of them, get all upset. What are you doing, man? You ain't even white. You're defending white people. How many times did I hear that from Patrice and Keith Robinson? And it's like, really? But every time I fill out an application, I have to check white guy. And every time people get angry on Columbus Day, I'm thrown into that mix. So, kiss my grits. Fiore, you consider yourself white?
Are you kidding me? I'm as white as they come.
Fiore is Italian for flowers, by the way, so that's why I'm asking him. And, Patrice used to always bust my... Now, what are you doing, man? You ain't fucking white. And I go, yeah, thanks to your people and their fucking, their habits back in 1563 A.D., fucking the rape of the Moors. I don't know, but I'm exhausted every day I get up now, and it's everything is blame white men for this and that. Can I just explain to you people who are fucking whining that this country was founded by white guys and shit, and that's sort of why, the whole power structure, the infrastructure is run by fucking white guys. And don't worry, it's going to change. And it's changing real fast, but not fast enough. But every headline, it's white guys' fault. And between shitting on white guys and comedians. Yesterday, the story, what was the guy's name? Drew McGarry?
Yeah.
Something like that. What was his headline?
Why all comedy men are awful.
Comedy men are awful. All comedy men. And of course tonight we have this broad, what is it, Lindy West. I'll get to her in a few minutes. Her headline is Why Men Aren't Funny. So it's just a bunch of bitching and whining every fucking day. Sorry I was born with a cock in the United States in 1962. Sorry. Should I sit it out? Oh, it's not fair to the other. God, the fucking whining is just... Anyways, hey, tomorrow night, right here live, when you say right here, the DePaulo Den, Robert Kelly will be in-house with me. Literally in the house. He lives about 12 miles away, so I said, listen, put down the sausage. And so he's going to be here. And Robert Kelly's great on the radio. I think we have a good chemistry, actually. This Friday night, come see me live at the Carey Memorial Hall, Lexington, Mass. November 18th, the next night, the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Mass. And December 8th and 9th, Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, New York. New Year's Eve, Ha Comedy Club in Yonkers, New York. Go to nickdip.com for your ticket information. And hit me up on Twitter, at Nick DePaulo, Facebook, Instagram, all that other stuff that is distracting us from the important things in life. You know what I mean? So Christina Palumbo, who's usually my phone person, we have Lewis in tonight, Black Lewis. Well, Nick, why are they going to say that? Well, because it makes the show more interesting. That's why. And I don't know, these truckers can make me a little nervous. So, so Lewis, he's in for Christina Palumbo. Palumbo sends me a picture today and I'm like, who is this attractive Italian lady? And I'm like, I thought she was sending me a picture of a relative. It said 1961 something underneath. And I'm like, but that's her. And she had lipstick on and stuff. I've never seen her, made up because she's kind of a feminist. I don't know. I'm just saying that. Anyways, it was a beautiful picture of her. And I'm like, she's on the set of something. And then Fiore just reminded me, yeah, she's on the set of The Irishman. If that didn't stick across my already sore ass. Okay, if you guys remember, if you follow the show, was I on the air at the time I auditioned?
Yeah, that was right around when we started.
Yeah, right when we started, May or June. I remember it was a very hot day. I went down to Tribeca to De Niro's building or whatever and read for The Irishman. Tony Provenzano was the role I was reading for, Tony Pro. Crooked Union guy or whatever. And I had a great fucking audition. And I never say that because I'm a shitty auditioner. But you can tell that by how long they leave you in there and how many times you do the scene. I did it like 3 or 4 times. Had a nice rapport with the casting director. Can't remember her name, but her name's in every credit probably after every Scorsese film. And I remember she told me she dated Stephen Wright, and she made me do it like 3 or 4. I was in there for a good 20 minutes, so I walked out of there going, "Yeah, that's a fucking callback." And I told you I got good feedback. They said Marty loved him. Marty loved him, but he's not right for this, so he's going to find him something else. And I'm thinking something else in the movie The Irishman, which is a movie about Hoffa. I think Pacino's playing Hoffa, actually. De Niro's in it. You know, little names. Larry Storch from F Troop. Peter Lookinland. So I was all excited, and you know, they're already shooting it. And Palumbo is on the goddamn set. Does she have words?
I don't think so.
Andy?
I don't think so.
But how did she even...
That I don't know either.
Yeah, so that kind of twists my nipples seeing that, but good for her. But Marty's going to find something for me down the line. Do something called the Greasy Guinea or something. And, he loved him. Well, then, goddamn it. Can you imagine? I would have been doing a scene. The scene was me talking to Hoffa in a prison. So I would have been doing a scene with Pacino. I think Pacino's playing.
I think so, yeah.
It would have been me and Pacino. Can you imagine throwing that on your acting reel? I'd put it right after me on Suddenly Susan, having a nice scene with Brooke Shields. I played a moving guy. On the way out, I go, "We ate all your salami." That was my big line.
You were good.
Oh, I was tremendous. My first acting role ever. I was in the back. There was a show called Spencer for Hire back in the late 70s, early 80s. Robert Urich, Spencer for Hire. He was a private dick in the Boston area, and I got actually a role as an extra in the background. I've told this fucking story. They had me chopping wood in the background in the scene, way in the back, right? They give me, instead of giving me an actual axe that you chop wood with, they give me this fucking thing. It looks like a tomahawk that you give a kid as a toy, but it's it's a hatchet. And they got me cutting a piece of wood. It's like 22 inches in diameter. So they go, action. Urich's doing his thing, and I'm way in the background, and all you can see is me. I come down with a hatchet. I go to lift up, and the wood's stuck on the hatchet. I'm in the background wrestling the fucking hatchet with a giant piece of wood stuck to it. And the director goes, "Cut." Guy comes over and he goes, "Do you know how to cut wood?" I go, "Yeah, with a fucking axe." Of course, I had a mouth on me back then. With an axe, you gave me a hatchet. What am I doing? A clitorectomy in the background? What kind of scene is this?
We hatchet.
We hatchet. I had you. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. 866-969-1969. So that was my acting debut in the back. And the other part I did, I carried pumpkins in the background, and that was the part that did make the air. And I told all my friends about it. And of course, I got all kinds of. Again, this is before even texting. I got all kinds of wise ass. Hey, yeah, great job. Yeah, fucking. I think my brother actually said you'd be nominated for the guy carrying pumpkins in the whatever the fuck. But it was in Andover, Massachusetts. This beautiful home in Andover, Massachusetts that they rented. People let us use to shoot. It was fascinating. I had never been on a set, and really made an ass of myself. But I couldn't believe I'm getting yelled at by the director. I'm a mile in the background. Apparently they could see me wrestling with my hatchet. I'm telling you guys, you want to go into act, it's the friggin' worst. It is the worst. I hear people today, even, what's her name? Louise Dreyfus, Jewish?
Yeah, Julia Louis Dreyfus.
I can never get that right. Julie Louis? What is it? Louis Dreyfus?
Julia Louis Dreyfus, Elaine.
Julia Louis Dreyfus. What a horrible name. But even she said that she's horrible at auditioning. And you don't have to be when you're liberal royalty. You get the fucking part. But I don't like it at all. Had a horrible experience when I first moved to L.A. My agent, Rich, thought I was ready. I had never taken an acting class. I just happened to be the new thing at Montreal, your young faces or whatever, and I was the hot thing. I was in L.A. for a week. That people came out to see me from NBC to do stand-up and shit. A week later, I'm reading for a part in a sitcom. Have never acted in my life, and it went just the way you thought. I went in there, and I went blank. Picture a bunch of people in suits staring at you. I had sweat on my upper lip. Like, remember when Nixon resigned? Yeah. Nixon, used to get during the debate, he had that sweat on his upper lip. I started sweating. My mouth turned to cotton. I couldn't even remember the first line. They threw me the first line. I delivered about half of it, went blank again. It was all this nervous wrestling in the room, and it fucking it traumatized me. It was like a childhood rape. I didn't want to audition ever again. My agent thought he was doing the right thing, but you think he asked me if I ever acted before? Horrible. So I moved back to New York with my tail between my legs, and I took acting lessons with Joanna Bexon, which a lot of comedians have, stand-up comics. And I told you I did a scene in her class with Ray Romano. And I'm like, what is Ray doing in acting class? He's so shy. This guy's never going to act in his life. That's what I was thinking. And we do a scene where he's my dad and he's dying in a bed. We were both so fucking bad. It was supposed to be a tearjerker. We were so bad the class was howling. We were getting like applause breaks. I never heard louder laughter even when I did stand-up. It was supposed to be serious. I'm dying. Hey, oh my God, were we fucking bad? Even so yeah, I'm like, what is Ray taking acting class? And I'd say a couple months later, it's like 3 degrees out on a snowy night. I'm in Ray's car. We're looking for a parking spot in front of the Comedy Cellar. And then I remember hearing that he was going out to L.A. And I'm like, why is he going out to? And he was going to do news radio. He had a part on news radio, and he got fired at the table reading. After the first table, I think he was supposed to be Joe Rogan's character, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
He got canned after the first table reading. Okay? And look what happened to him. So, if you're going to go into acting, a great way to meet broads. But and then I went and I moved back out to L.A. I took acting lessons with a guy named Aaron Spicer, who was from Brooklyn, and he was very good. Actually, a very good coach. He's the one who made J-Lo a star, by the way. Mm-hmm. Bill in Massachusetts. Billy boy, what's going on?
How are you, Mr. DiPaolo?
Pretty good, thank you.
I just saw a billboard for your Cabot show coming up. The whole area is very excited about the appearance. Listen, we've got Hawthorne, Massachusetts' favorite son coming back into town. Here's the real question, though, okay?
Hawthorne?
Hawthorne, that's Danvers. Come on.
Since
the
when?
The old name for Danvers is Hawthorne. This would be Salem witch trial days. Come on.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, holy shit, you're really going back there. Okay, Hawthorne's favorite son.
I didn't read it on the billboard, but will the hemorrhoids be opening?
What did I tell you about every guy from Mass? They go into their shtick 30 seconds into the fucking... I'll be wearing... You'll notice I'll have my normal jeans on, but you can tell I'm going to have a giant adult diaper under there. It'll be kind of... I'll have hips like Rosie O'Donnell. It'll be all bunchy and shit, but...
You look like most of the Teamsters in the area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm worried about the drive up there, Bill. That's what I'm worried about. I'm sitting on a pillow donut right now like Uncle Junior.
Oh, don't worry. Route 84 is going to screw you. That'll be the real ass fucking you're going to be taking.
Oh, dude, you don't understand. I live on a private road in the woods that has more potholes on it than, fucking James Woods' face. What?
Why don't you get Andy over there during the day and fucking fill some of those potholes in?
What?
Oh, for the love of Pete. He doesn't do that. I'll get Palumbo over here. She's from Bensonhurst. They're good with the cement.
That's good. Do some road work.
All right, Billy.
Have a great night, guys.
Nice talking to you. See that? I don't like going home to play. I got to be honest. I grabbed at the date because it's a beautiful theater. But you see the pictures online? I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a stone's throw from where I grew up. But then it all, and I said yes to the gig 6 months ago, but then it all comes rushing back. Family and friends are going to be there. I've been writing shit and saying stuff about my family, for the last 2 years because they're nowhere to be found. Now I'm going to fucking... And again, I haven't been on stage in about a month, thanks to our new hours and my bleeding eyes. So, a cranky Nick DiPaolo is a funny Nick DiPaolo. So you guys are in for a real treat. You're going to see blood stains coming through my jeans. I'm going to be in a real mood.
Wear some dark jeans, bro.
Oh, no way. I'm wearing nice white tight pants like women wear in their 50s in the summertime. I'm going to wear some nice white slacks. And it's going to look like I sat in a... it's going to look like... looks like I'm going to sat in some fucking cocktail sauce in the back. Nice. It's going to be a real mess. But I get a little nervous because there's going to be friends or relatives there. I'm going to be a tad rusty, but I'll brush that off in Lexington. But you'll still get a great show, Lexington. Don't get nervous. But, yeah, I was talking about the audition nightmares, and Vince in New York says he knows the name of who got my part, Vince?
Nick, it's
Yes.
some British dude named Stephen Graham. Imagine Stephen Graham is playing Tony Provenzano.
That's what I mean. What does that tell you about the audition process, Vince? What a fucking... That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think you would have done. I think you would have done 100 times better job. Just not even saying a word. Just being there.
Oh, I know this.
Apparently, he was great at saying words. What my producer's pulling him up now. What's he look like?
He has been in. I recognize the face.
Do you?
Yeah. He's been in Boardwalk Empire. He had a big role on, so he's worked with Scorsese before.
Well, there you go. See, and that's why when my agents bring me these auditions, and this is what I say to my agents with my positive attitude. I go, why should I waste my fucking... Let me describe it to you. I'm going to drive around Tribeca trying to find a parking spot. It's going to be it's 110 degrees. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to be in there for 5 minutes, which I was wrong about. They had me in there for about 20 minutes. I said, and they're going to end up handing it to a guy who has an acting resume 50 times longer than me. And I can't blame him for that. And that's exactly what happens. Okay? I've been through it 1,000 times. I told you, living in Los Angeles, every audition I went on, it was me and the same 5 Italian guys in the waiting room at every audition. I go in there, fucking Ed Marinaro would be in. We started carpooling to the auditions. It was me and Ed Marinaro driving around Hollywood looking for Ralph Macchio's house. And,
Yeah, this is the guy who played Capone in fucking Boardwalk Empire.
Are you serious?
Yeah, same guy.
The guy who played Capone.
He's a guy. I like him as an actor. I do know.
Well, I played Tony the bartender on Grace Under Fire for 8 episodes, so I think that makes me ready to work with Scorsese. But you got to have a real positive attitude, and I don't, because I know how real life works. Unless I went in there and let somebody finger pop me, but the women don't do that shit that are running the casting. You know,
dude, the side by side of him and the actual guy. I mean, you look if they, in makeup.
I look like Provenzano.
I mean, you could have killed this.
I know. You know who else I look like? L.A. Confidential. Who is the guy in there? Married to if my wife's listening, she'd know what it is. He was a real good-looking Italian dude in L.A. Confidential. It was
the real guy, the actor,
what?
or the person he portrayed in the movie.
Either one. The actor he portrayed in the movie. It wasn't a big part, but it was a part where I stopped mouthing off to somebody at a bar, and they grabbed my nuts. Lana Turner. It was an Italian guy who was married to... He was kind of famous. Married to Lana Turner? My fucking wife's probably laughing her balls off right now. But I had to do the audition in front of a 90-year-old woman. She was the casting director. She was like real famous in L.A. She's casted everything. I'm literally grabbing my own balls in front of a an 89-year-old woman casting director and doing the scene like, she's fucking laughing in my face. I swear to God, they get off on this shit. What the hell was the guy's name? At the break, I'll go upstairs and ask my wife.
John Stompanato?
Yes, Johnny Stompanato.
Yeah, I see.
I look just like that greasy bastard. Right?
The picture on his Wikipedia page. Just Google that.
Yeah, it's a picture of me. He's using my headshot.
That's from Raw Nerve, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad she made me do that one twice. Gave me a couple notes. But it is brutal. I don't know how these people, God bless these actors and actresses that, I think if I was a chick actor, I would just fuck a director or something. Who's going to go through this shit every day of your life? It's fucking brutal. Just shut your eyes, give it a quick yank. Next thing you know, you're in a Tarantino film. What? Johnny Stompanato. I still remember the audition. Yeah. Who grabs his balls? Like, who was in that movie?
It's Russell Crowe is in
Russell Crowe. I think it's Russell Crowe's
Guy
character.
Pearce is in it.
Guy Pearce. Actually, a tremendous movie, by the way. Tremendous.
Who else is in that?
That would have looked good on the resume.
Kevin Spacey's in it.
866-9. Yeah, he would have grabbed my balls. 866-969-1969. Anthony in Canada, line 1.
Oh, man.
What's up?
So I seen something I wanted to let you know about. So I'm out here in Calgary, and at the university 2 weeks ago, they had a big incident. I guess somebody spray painted a rock, and it said, "It's okay to be white." And they didn't stop there. They actually put up a few flyers that said, "It's okay to be white." So the next day, there's a huge meeting. Everybody gets called down, and they basically say, if anyone's been traumatized by this racist remarks and the racist graffiti, they have counselors available. And it just makes you think, if that's racist, if it's okay to be white, that's racist. It never said anything negative about anyone else, but it would just, it shows you where people are at in their thinking these days, and it's mostly at the college level and universities where they're drilling it home to these kids.
I'd have to know. I'd have to know in what spirit it was written. It's okay to be white. It could be black people being real nice and meaning it literally, or it could be sarcastic, which I'm guessing.
It's the sarcastic white guy is what it is. But they turned around.
Exactly.
There was even a post on a feminist group, and it was like, we can't tolerate this level of hate. And it's like, there's no hate. It's actually just saying, it's not even like it's good to be white. It's just okay. But you know what? Yeah, as a white guy, you can't say that.
There's 19 ways. There's 19 ways you could take that, though. There's 19 ways you could take that phrase on that rock. You know what I mean? So it's got so convoluted, thanks to the liberals handling the issue of race for the last 50. It's so fucking convoluted, and I'm so tired of waking up and hearing it's whiteies. It makes me nervous because the shit's catching on. You see the knockout games and all that shit online. It's catching on. Just like after apartheid ended in South Africa, all of a sudden a bunch of white people are getting... No, white people are getting slaughtered, and it's almost the same mentality. It catches on, and they keep saying it till people are going to believe that it's you, the white fella, that is the fucking problem. Sorry, I was born.
Push the agenda. Hey, I'm going to get off the phone, but great show, man. I love it.
All right, Anthony, take care, pal.
Bye.
It's not okay to be white. It's fucking great to be white. It's fucking fantastic. It's fantastic to be white. Yeah, I said it.
Who said that?
I did.
Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy...
Yeah, relax, Sergeant. Yeah, so... What else did I want? How much time we got?
You got about 3 till the break.
About 3 to the break. Oh. I'm in the mood for, I'm just in the mood for a cranky old white... Since cranky old white guys, everybody's complaining about, like it's fucking... We're going to get to the Why Men Aren't Funny, written by chubby Linda West, who nobody would stick a prick in, so she's made that her life cause. She's usually writing about fat acceptance, because she's 5'4", about 366. That's what she usually writes about. And I saw her online in a picture with a shirt that says... please let me find competence in one mediocre white man or some shit, and the rest of it was cut off her T-shirt. So just again, somebody who sees life through her cholesterol-filled glasses, and it's she's going to tell us in this article why men aren't funny. And I hate to break it to you, men are funny. We're the funniest. It's one of the things as far as the gender wars go that we are a little better, and not for good reasons. We'll get to that in a few seconds, and we can, slap her around for a few minutes. And I like the story about this Utah woman who stabbed a guy while she was jogging. Guy tried to grope her. That should be all over TV, but want to touch on that. It mentions everything about the guy, but one thing that would help you if you were jogging in that area. You know what? Race is never going to be right until we can get over this, this mentality when you have a commercial, you can't have 4 white guys on a commercial or all 4 Asian. We have to have this mix. And don't give me that shit. It's about drawing eyes from different ethnicities to tap into different demographics to sell your product. I don't want to fucking hear that. Okay? Because there's plenty of... you know what I'm saying? Now I'm fucking mumbling. 866-969-1969. When we come back, I'll play a clip of a cranky old white guy. I listen to him. It's like white noise. People use those things when they go to sleep at night. They put on a noise machine. Sounds like the ocean. Well, this is what I play to put me to sleep. He's so soothing to me. Back after this. Yeah, I was talking about We're going to get to Lindsay West's article, Why Men Aren't Funny. Again, it's hard to take her seriously when you look like a tick. But can't help it. I haven't met too many hot feminists, I got to be honest. It's obvious why they have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to anything fucking testosterone related. This was uplifting news. Utah woman stabs man who groped her during morning jog. On Friday, she did that. A fearless Salt Lake City woman said she was groped during her morning run, and she retaliated against her attacker by stabbing him. She was jogging early Friday when a young male between the ages... makes me laugh, right? Between the ages of 15 and 30. It's kind of a wide range there. You know, do you see a lot of 15-year-olds that look like they're fucking 30? What, is she drunk when she's jogging? He was either 11 or 76. I couldn't tell. He was either a Cub Scout or a World War II veteran. I saw some medals on his chest. What the fuck? 15 or 30? He looked a little like Doogie Howser or Newt Gingrich. Groped her from behind. The woman took out a knife and stabbed him a few times while he tried to grab. Good for her. Good for you, sweetheart. Sugar pie. Honey bunch. The man fled the scene, attempted to run to a bus stop. The woman gave chase after the man before she stopped and went home to report the incident. The suspect had a backpack and was wearing a gray sweatshirt at the time of the incident. Wilkin, that's the guy, the cop, also said the suspect may have some stab wounds on his arms and chest and legs. So we know he had gray, he had red pubes, purple backpack. But like Colin Quinn said in his play, yeah, but what was his race? Oh, we don't do color here. How do you not give the fucking race of the guy? And we live in such a world that people would actually go, why does that matter? All you need to know is it was a male. That's all we need to... Really? What if your fucking daughter's jogging there tomorrow or the next day? Wouldn't you like to know who to look out for? I saw a headline today on Drudge about raping going on and, you know, all the refugees coming over in Europe. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a headline because the government somebody wanted to keep track of the ethnicity of the suspects, and somebody replied, I think it was a woman politician, it doesn't matter where they're from. It only matters that they're all male. That's where we are, folks, on the planet. God made us different colors and made us look differently so we can keep track of shit like this. How about that? I'll throw that theory out there for you. It doesn't matter. All we need to know is that they're all men. You gotta be fucking frying my apples and dog styling me with that one. I just can't. So good for this lady. The guy had a backpack, was wearing a gray sweatshirt. But let's not mention his fucking race. And people say, well, you know it is rape. Well, no, not necessarily. Salt Lake City, but the other thing that bugged me, they said there's a good chance if the person's under the age of 18, they may not have their DNA on file. We're not going to wait on DNA alone, the cop said. She called the woman prepared and urged others to be aware of the surroundings when they're alone, which I agree. I see broads, girls, chicks, broads, sugar pie, honey bunches. I see him still jogging around in Central Park at fucking night. You're either retarded or horny. Which one is it? What are you doing? I drive around the city all the time. On the way home, I'll see the West Side Highway up by like 176th Street in the West Side. I see a chick jogging along the fucking river. Well, what are you saying? We shouldn't be able to go in places where... Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's why
they have headphones. What's that?
That's why I don't jog. Safety.
No, that's not why you don't jog, because your heart is filled with peanut butter and whipped cream, and it'll explode like a zit. Let's be honest. I'm looking at him on FaceTime. He's like, that's why I don't jog. I see his tits jiggling through his T-shirt. It's like fucking Lonnie Anderson in 1988. Oh, my aching stem. But good for you, young lady who stabbed the guy who tried to grab your ass from behind. Fucking guys are brazen, aren't they? What are they? I'd like to go to Salt Lake City. I'd like to I haven't seen much of that part of the world. But let's get on to our friend Mindy West. Again, Google her if you want to see. I can look at a girl and sum her up, her life view, just by looking at her face in 3 minutes. Her height and weight. That's horrible, sexy. Yes, I know, but they are. Things are what they are. Her headline and her story, I think this was in The Guardian, wasn't it? And by the way, again, she usually writes about fat acceptance, whatever that is.
New York Times, I think.
This was an op-ed in the Times, you're right, naturally. Where else would you find some garbage like this? Why men aren't funny, and there's a picture of Louie. So right away, she's full of shat. She talks about Louie and how she looked up to him and he was one of the funniest guys alive, blah, blah, blah. But then she shits all over his apology and she mentions one of his specials, what is it, Oh My God, in 2013, when he mentions how men are, a threat to women and all. And there's some truth to it. It was made for a brilliant prime, but now she's saying he calculated that because that special came out after he had done shit like this, supposedly, allegedly. So that was self-calculated. And then talks about his apology, mentions his anatomy multiple times, doesn't mention I'm sorry. The careful message is, this is what she's saying. This is how she interprets his apology. The careful message, I, one man, made one mistake. Not I, among many others, preyed upon vulnerable women in my industry on purpose because I am both a defender and a beneficiary of an entrenched system of oppression. That's where you lose me, Chubby. I mean, sweetie. I mean, Lindy. What is it?
Lindy.
Lindybox? Lindy with an L?
Yeah.
Like lunch?
Right.
It's easier to get your old job back if the power structure that gave it to you is in the first place stays intact, is what she's saying his mentality is. We live in an entrenched system of oppression. That's everything you've got, Fiore, or that I've got. You didn't fucking earn it. You just happen to be born at the right time in a white patriarchy, blah, blah, blah. So to that I say this, Mindy.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
Shut it! Shut it. Then she goes on to talk about, Mark Maron did a monologue on his podcast about Louis. Dedicated to Louis' transgressions and the gender power dynamics in comedy. He acknowledged that comedy is a boys' club and that he used to think female comics just needed to be funny and to fight it out without realizing what else they had to deal with. Specifically, they have to deal with all of us. All. Again, there's that word, all of us. So Maron's lumping me in with Harvey. I think a couple nights ago I said Firestein again because some girl was busting my balls.
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong? Now get on my couch, you fat pig. You want this part, or don't you?
They have to deal with all of us. What the fuck? Yes, it is a boys' club. And I'm sorry, and this is going to sound sexist, we're funnier. Just nature. Inherently, we're funnier than women. You know why? Because we're insensitive assholes. More so. There's nothing funny about sensitivity. And she actually goes on to mention that when Louis said that in 2012, he appeared on The Daily Show, and he said that comedians and feminists are natural enemies because feminists can't take a joke. I've never heard a more true statement. Jon Stewart nodded vigorously and agreed. Today, Stewart is being fawned over for acknowledging, in response to CK's fall, that comedy on its best day is not a great environment for women. Yeah, that's true. It's true. I'm not fucking arguing that because we're fucking clowns. We're insensitive assholes by nature, and that is more conducive to being a good comic. You can be an asshole, be insensitive, and be intelligent too. So yeah, it is a tough road to hoe. But how about the broads out there who get into a comedy room because of their looks or whatever? Chelsea Handler, in a perfect world. Okay, she didn't mind sleeping around with the power players in Hollywood.
Yeah, we all heard those stories too.
Huh?
We all heard those stories too.
That's what I'm saying. Again, I'm not saying it's weighted equally against men, but I'm just saying. So, there's a lot of guys that could be where Chelsea Handler is. But It's a tough environment, and you know that going in there. But you want us to believe now every club is just women have just resisted it. It's so much bullshit. Straight male comedian, here she goes, straight male comedian bookers and club owners have always been gatekeepers of upward mobility. Oh, her fucking language is just peppered with PC fucking horse. Upward mobility and stand-up. An industry where women aren't funny was considered conventional wisdom just a few years ago. The solution isn't more solemn acknowledgments from powerful male comedians. We have those. The solution is putting people in positions of power who are not male, not straight, not cisgender, not white. So you're a fucking racist pig is what you are, too. That's what you are. Yeah. Not cisgender, not white, not male. That's who should be put in positions of power in the comedy world. Really? I think it's who does the job best. Again, she's talking like it's fucking 1936, like most progressives do. You put people in those jobs that have experience in those jobs. You just said the whole thing has been a boys' club for years. So who are you going to...
Well, how about this? Esty.
Esty.
I can name 4 of the major top clubs, all booked by women.
Yeah.
The top New York City clubs. That's basically the best of comedy right there.
Yeah, and Esty had the perfect resume for it. She was a sergeant in the Israeli army. And who are the other broads? I mean, women.
Amy Hawthorne, New York Comedy Club. Candy Clare, Stand Up New York.
Yeah,
that's off the top of my head right there.
Okay, there you go. There you go. But it wasn't like that a few years ago. What the fuck is she talking about? Oh. I mean, for Christ's sake, Lindy/Mindy.
Quiet like a bitch.
I just, and again, we're funnier. That's all there is to it. We don't do much. Women do things a lot better than we do. We do things better than, and one of them is comedy. And again, rooted in our fucking, our insensitivity. And I think that has a lot to do with it. And there's plenty, Brett, I've said it on the show before, and Brett Butler, that woman was as funny as any guy I ever met, and as vicious on stage, and 50 times smarter. And fucking Amy Schumer's funny as hell, and there's a lot of them.
Judy Gold murders every time I see her.
I know, and it's right from the gut. There's plenty of them. I'm not denying, but to come out with a fucking story why men aren't funny when you look like a man, we understand where you're coming from. So last night it was all male comedians were garbage. Now tonight it's why men aren't funny. You're right. Norm Macdonald's not funny. Richard Pryor was never that funny. Rodney Dangerfield wasn't that funny. Who's the female equivalent of Richard Pryor?
Right.
Who? Leslie. What's her name on SNL?
Leslie Jones.
Jesus Christ, she is the fucking worst. And again, I'll say this again. I bet you I'd like to hang out with her. I can see her being a funny, but she flubs her fucking lines every fucking time. That's a case where because she's a person of color and female, that she's still on the fucking show. I'll say that. She is horrendous. Horrendous. Stumbles over funny once every fucking, So it's not all our fault. But Jesus, are they feeling emboldened now, huh? Since Louis came crashing down and all this other shit. But I think Ellen did pretty well, huh? The Generous. I think Lily Tomlin did pretty well. Mums Mabley.
Lucy.
Phyllis Diller, who I fucking absolutely loved when I was a kid. I swear to God. I never mentioned her as an influence. I guess that proves I'm sexist when they ask me. But I used to see her on Merv Griffin and shit. I would fucking absolutely laugh my balls off. And she'd be on The Tonight Show, making fun of her husband and shit. Let's go to a buddy Bill in L.A. Billy, what's up?
Sorry about that, Nick. I was just busy puking. The rancid smell of bullshit from that humorless cunt's article made me nauseous.
Oh, my God, the language, Billy.
First off, Louis C.K.'s picture as a reason why men are humorless is completely stupid. Regardless of the allegations, you have to admit Louis C.K. was fucking hilarious.
The guy's brilliant.
And secondly, I remember from an old Opie and Anthony show, a clip I believe they found, and if I can't remember who, but the guy explained men are more adept at humor because humor is taking something dark and making it funny. And that's how men deal with things. We take something dark and we deal with it in humor.
Yeah, well, I think it's more again about us being a little less sensitive to people's feelings and being like a bull in a china shop. And but yeah, there's there's women who can take dark shit and make it funny too. But not, I mean, I think we're a little more cynical. Again, even to say that, I can hear the feminists go, "What the fuck are you talking about? We're as cynical as you." Whatever. I mean, yes, there's hundreds of more male comics or whatever than female, but it's not all because of bias and because of cisgender straight white guys running the clubs. Some of it's fucking DNA related. I'm sorry. Does that make me an asshole?
No, I think men have the ability to take a look at certain life experiences and make humor out of the darkness, while women just all emotionalize everything. That's my viewpoint on it.
Oh, you get punched in the face for that. That's the one they hate the most.
Boo-hoo, cry on your fucking cornflakes, get down off your cross, and get over it. I don't care.
All right, Billy from L.A. weighs in. Thank you, Billy.
You're welcome.
All righty. Oh, yeah. I was looking at some of these things I haven't played in a while. The fuck's the one I just wanted to play? Yeah, I was arguing about this with my wife about female comics in here.
Well, Tony, what about the thousands
She calls me Tony.
pigs you had your dick in over the years? The strippers, the cocktail waitresses.
Oh, I cut the clip, goddammit. For the love of Pete. But yeah, what a stupid headline, huh? What else did she say about it? But, I mean, come on. It is restoring opportunities that have been historically withheld. Everything's rigged. That's how she see it. It's all rigged. I'm just tired of it, and I you know what I need some right now, Fiore? I tell you what I need to hear right now. I need to hear from a crusty old fucking politically incorrect white fella, somebody like in their fucking 70s and 80s. That's what, again, when I listen to that type of stuff, it soothes me like white noise at hotel. You know, this is what I used to relax me when I'm tired of hearing how bad old white guys are. I play this.
That is terrible. I have never, ever, since I've managed, ever told a pitcher to throw at anybody, nor will I ever. And if I ever did, I certainly wouldn't make him throw at a fucking 130 hitter like LaFay or fucking Bavacqua, who could hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat. And I guarantee you this, when I pitched, and I was going to pitch against a fucking team that had guys on it like Bavacqua, I sent a fucking limousine to get the cocksucker to make sure he was in the motherfucking lineup, because I kicked that cocksucker's ass any fucking day in a week. He's a fucking motherfucking big mouth, I'll tell you that.
Isn't that like poetry? It's like, listen, oh my God, it's delicious. It really, it's like white noise. I got Bobby Knight lined up too. Let's listen to him. Another relaxed old white guy.
Want to play, then I'm getting the fuck out of here. I mean, if you're not going to recover Greg Graham, if you're just going to let him drive by you, if the rest of you are going to let him catch the ball outside the 3-second lane and drive all the way in here without one guy challenging him, then I'm leaving, and you fucking guys will run till you can't even suffer. Now, I'm tired of this shit. I'm sick and fucking tired of an 8-10 record. I'm fucking tired of losing to Purdue. I'm not here to fuck around this week. Now, you may be, but I'm not. Now, I'm going to fucking guarantee you that if we don't play up there Monday night, you aren't going to believe the next 4 fucking days. Now, I am not here to get my ass beat on Monday. Now, you better is absolute fucking bullshit. Now I'll fucking run your ass right in the ground. I mean, I'll fucking run you. You'll think last night was a fucking picnic. I had to sit around for a fucking year with an 8-10 record in this fucking league. And I mean, you will not put me in that fucking position again. Or you will goddamn pay for it like you can't fucking believe.
Isn't that refreshing? You can't even talk like that as a male coach to a male team today.
No.
Even that would get you in trouble. He used to grab guys by the neck. That was going a little far. But, you know, I mean, can you imagine, like, what's his name? Gene Arrieta, the head coach.
Yeah, Gene Arrieta.
Yeah. Talking to the Connecticut girls basketball team Gino, like that.
Yeah.
Gino, yeah. It's changed so much. It's refreshing. I don't know. I find it. Let's go to Jacob in New York. Jacob, welcome to the show. How are you?
Nick, how you doing, man?
Big fan I'm hanging in there.
Great to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that being funny is subjective to the individual. So for anybody to come out and say that certain things are funny or not funny, it depends on the person. I've been listening to you guys for years. So my humor is altered by Opie and Anthony, you, Jim Norton, all those guys. So I have a girlfriend, and her nephew has a funny name, and it sounded like Flem to me. So she was telling me the story about, the name was Lev, and then I go, who, Flem? And, just like my first instinct was just to make fun of the name, and it like really hurt her deeply. Now, if I said that to another guy, or if it was in a different situation, it might have got a laugh, but
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said, I don't think so.
Well,
no, go ahead. I get your point.
So maybe in my mind it's funny, but so
Right.
I mean, at first I would try to convince her, like trying to show her the humor in it and how I thought the words sounded the same. And then there was another situation. After a while, I just gave up and just realized that hey, she couldn't appreciate my dark humor. Oh no, the worst one. This one was worse. She has a niece who was turning 13, and she goes, guess what I'm getting my 13-year-old niece for her birthday? And I go, a pregnancy test? And she got really mad at that one, so.
Tell her to lighten up.
At least you were able to laugh at that one. I figured
tell her to lighten up, or you should get a new writer, Jacob. One of the two.
Well, I got one out of two, but point is people try to come out and like make big announcement of who's funny and who's not. And it's also fun. It's very practical to be funny and have things in your life that you've done that you regret, like thing with Louis C.K. I have things I regret that I've done. And it
like those two jokes.
Not funny. Yes, I regret the first joke. The second joke you laughed at.
No, I know. I had to fake it. All right, Jacob, I get your point. Comedy's subjective, and what makes you laugh doesn't necessarily make somebody else laugh. And I agree with that to some degree. I agree with that.
Yeah, and also it's like the social status. Like certain things are okay. Like it was okay for Elvis to date like a 12-year-old. And to bring her home, which ended up being his wife. So it's people like to pick and choose what they think is okay.
I know it's all right for Elvis, but Roy Moore can't do it. I don't understand. They're from the same neck of the woods almost. All right, Jacob. Thank you. Take care,
I'd be the
pal.
kind of person, Nick.
Yeah, I gotta go. I've given you 3 minutes. What the fuck? Is this the Jacob and Nick show? Get out of here.
Yes, it is. Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
Oof. Yeah, oofa. That guy had cancer of the funny bone. Nice guy, Jacob. Nothing more disheartening. Like he's like, yeah, I follow you, Norton, Anthony Cumia, guys like that, and then he tells the two worst jokes ever. Yeah, I'm just like you. Oh, Jesus H. So then I say to my wife, your nephew's name sounds like phlegm. Like the shit in my throat. She starts crying, so I punch her.
Don't give me that smart alecky shit.
All righty. Boy, oh boy. Tomorrow night, Robert Kelly will be sitting right here in my house, right in that chair over there to the right in the garage, about 40 feet from here, 11-degree temperature. Let's take out what they call a break in the business, shall we? Again, if you're in the Massachusetts area tomorrow, Friday night, I should say, November 17th, I'll be at the Cary Memorial Hall Lexington, Mass. And the next night, the Cabot Theater in Beverly. It's going to be a terrific week. The asshole's healing up a little bit. It feels like the hatchet. I get hit with a hatchet I was using in Spencer for Hire, not a full axe. But we come back, we'll talk about. There's a list out there. CNN, by the way, is still obsessed with Trump. We have some evidence of that. There's a list out there now in D.C. It's called the Creep List, about maybe some congressmen on both sides of the aisle who, have done some things that might be inappropriate sexually. Really? In D.C.? Oh, I ain't buying it. 866-969-1969. Sit tight. Yeah, welcome back. Second hour on a Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, Robert Kelly will be with me here in studio. Very funny dude. Whatever happened to him and, I know him and Kelta did a show on a Sunday night.
Nothing that I know of. Okay. They've never done another one. I don't know if it was a pilot test show.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I forget what he told me. We'll ask him tomorrow night.
Maybe they're shopping it around.
The other thing I wanted to mention before we got off the comedy thing. Jon Stewart was being interviewed. I think it was in the New York Times, and he was asked the guy's name. David Itzkoff said, "For people who don't share your politics and feel alienated by what they see in TV comedy, who wish could go back to a more even-handed era of Johnny Carson, do they have a point?" And he would say, Jon Stewart replied, "I would say tough shit, honestly. The idea that you've lost the pleasure of watching Carson, we've all lost that pleasure. I used to like watching Carson too, but I think that's a cop-out." He says, the people that say, this culture isn't for me, live in a nostalgic world. Those are the people that are the first to tell minorities, suck it up. Which I think that's going a little fucking far. But I agree with him on the even-handedness. You're supposed to go after the truth, comedy-wise. That's what you should be going after. That's why I used to laugh when they said The Daily Show speaks truth to power. And, Jon Stewart visited the White House when Obama was there like 15 times. You are the power, man. You know what I mean? I always just said, but as far as, it should be equal, or whatever. This should be conservative. I don't buy that shit either. What if they come in here and tell me, hey, you got to give? They were trying to pass this thing, the fairness doctrine, where like if because right-wing politics is so big on radio and it works so well, and it doesn't. The liberal shit just doesn't work. They were trying to pass a fairness doctrine where you had to give equal time to your fucking to the libs. It doesn't say that in the Constitution and the First Amendment that your competitor has to have equal fucking time. Free speech is free speech. It's a free market. Whatever works, works. But I agree with them. I wouldn't want somebody coming in here and saying, hey, you have to pick on Republicans more. You know what I mean? So the late night landscape on TV it's very liberal because it's run by ultra liberal people. The business. We'll figure a way around it if we have to, whatever. But that part I agree with. Tough shit. But then then he has to throw in there that the people who are nostalgic for those times are the same people that tell minorities to suck it up. Yeah, no, they're not. And going after the Republican Party, which is what Seth Meyers does, and Jimmy Kimmel, and Conan, and fucking and The Daily Show. You're going after old white people, like 50 and up. How fucking edgy is that? Talk about a slow-moving target. You know what edgy comedy is? When you're at the Comedy Cell, I've said it before, and you're doing jokes about black people, and there's a table of them 5 feet away. They look like they want to kill you. That's pushing the fucking envelope. Not going to Brooklyn in front of a bunch of people that look and dress like you and fucking talking about how fucking old white people are the problem. Give me a fucking break. And people are missing Jon Stewart. Remember Hillary when he went off the air? Hillary tweeted like fucking, we miss Jon Stewart, and people got nostalgic for those times. But CNN is obsessed with Trump still. We always, when I'm in studio, we have CNN on just to watch what they're talking about. Today was a good one. That Jeannie Moose. Yeah. She looks like a moose. You know, the one that does those things, man. She talks like this. And there was some lady in, I want to say it was in Britain. I don't even know. She had a dog, a beagle, with an ear infection. She took pictures of her dog's inner ear and we're sending them to her friend. And one of her friends says, that looks like Trump. It looks like a sonogram of Trump. And it went fucking viral because it really does. But play Jeannie Moose just for her soothing tones.
If you think you've had an earful of Donald Trump, check out what's in the ear of a beagle in Britain named Chief. Brace yourself. Some howled with laughter.
It's a spitting image, isn't it?
Others found it violently upsetting. Owner Jade Robinson was taking photos of her beagle's ears to give to the vet because Chief had an ear infection. A friend first noticed the resemblance.
And she was like, no, there's something in the ear. She was like, it's Donald Trump.
Jade posted the photo to Facebook. Chief went viral.
All right,
is it
it looks just, you saw it, Fiore, right?
It's uncanny.
It's hilarious. It looks like if the president was a fetus, a sonogram. But he's got the full head of hair. It's fucking, and it's crazy that woman spotted that. But the fact that CNN, this is what they're covering. Remember the time they covered the Trump got a bigger slice of pie or something, or more ice cream?
Yeah.
When he, down in Mar-a-Lago?
Oh, that was the other thing today, too, his awkward sip of water out of the bottle.
Oh, that's right. They pulled a Marco Rubio, so they had time.
It's a slow day.
It's fucking hilarious. Let's go to Jerry on line 71 to weigh in about the female funny versus male thing. Jerry, what's up?
Hey, it's me, Joe Matteries here. What's the deal with all these fucking broads getting mad at Louis C.K.? I sucked him off for about $40 and a couple Adderall.
All righty. Take it easy, Jerry. I was talking to you. Fucking impression or something. Combination of Dice and B. Arthur. And
the furthest thing from Mattery.
I know, it's a fucking funny. But there's a list, a creep list. You know how much shit goes on like this? You think Hollywood is rife with sexual harassment. Wait till this thing breaks. On CNN revealed that, and again, this is, you know why? Because again, there's more Republicans in the House and whatever. It could only hurt Republicans more. You got to realize that when CNN puts anything out like this. Revealed that an informal roster passed along by word of mouth lists lawmakers who have allegedly practiced inappropriate sexual behavior in the halls of power. Now, a D.C. insider tells us that the high-ranking officials for Ryan and McConnell have discussed an investigation to find out which GOP politicos are on that alleged list so they can deal with them now rather than facing the unwanted surprises when those members' House seats come up for election for a vote. Which is this exactly why this is what the Dems are doing. This is it, right? They see how effective it is in Hollywood and bringing guys down. We're the minority in the House. It's going to backfire. Obviously, there's going to be guys on both sides who have done dirty shit. I would think there'd be more Democrats. Obviously, you think Mitch McConnell looks like a fucking pussy eater? I love my glasses in your ass. Fucking Paul Ryan with that widow's peak, all those other old crusty fucks. Investigators don't think there's an actual physical list, but they're looking for it. Our spy says that one reason Republican leadership is concerned that this mystery list could hurt them more than their opponents is simple math. There are 240 of them in the House versus 194 Democrats. They're already being called the grand old perverts, we're told. Of course, that label, they said, gained steam because of the Roy Moore thing that's going on. He's not backing down either. It's unfucking believable. But didn't Larry Flint, remember, did he come out? Again, you're probably too young. I remember him putting out a fucking big reward if they could come up with some dirt on, I can't remember who it was, though, specifically. If it was a Republican or not. I'm probably guessing by his politics it might have been. But let's go to Mike in New York. He wants to talk about the creep list. Mike, are you on it?
Hey, I'm on it. Top of the list. No, man. I think Larry Flynn also did that with Donald Trump this year, actually. And that's not even something I read up on.
Yes, and nobody came up with anything, huh?
Well, I mean, I think it's getting out of control, and I don't know. It's like high school, man, right? That's the stuff you worry about in high school, in my opinion, and it's embarrassing.
Well, yeah. It's definitely taken on this kind of McCarthyism feel to it. And, people coming out now, again, these rape allegations that are 20 and 30 years old, and I'm not trying to be callous or fucking insensitive to a woman it's happened to, but I mean, Jesus Christ, the whole Roy Moore thing, just the timing, just I think, and there are women with legitimate beefs. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, it's been a while, man. I miss you, but it's I don't know if this is correct saying, but it's almost like the chickens come home to roost in a way. Like they empowered these women, now they're like eating their own, the ones who empowered them. It's like funny in a way.
I pay good money to see that, Mike.
Well, that's what's going on, so you don't have to pay, I guess. But, I mean, I got on the show late, but I don't know if you saw that article, and I guess it kind of involves you, but it said, like, it was about the Comedy Cellar table, and it speaks to that. Did you catch that article?
Somebody had mentioned, I don't know if I was mentioned in it.
No, you weren't, but you know what I mean.
Right, the table, I came up with the idea for that table, and I would think that, was it a guy or a girl that wrote that article?
Say gay man.
Yeah, it was a guy, of course.
A gay guy.
Who's a comic?
Who is it?
Guy Branum.
Who the fuck is Guy Branum? Huh?
He's just
How about
awful.
Gay Branum?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to say that's your fault, but I'm just saying it's ridiculous that it's like some guy said yesterday, people just write this shit, they try to get traction, and then I was looking at the comments were the best part. Even like, that guy Noam who's on your show, he was like getting involved, and you can hear his voice. He's just trying to protect his brand, I'm assuming, but the fact that he had to get involved, it almost gave him too much credit in my opinion.
But you're saying trying to protect his brand. He fucking does what's right. All stripes have sat at that table. I mean, Noam's not just a money first guy.
Noam's trying to protect his business. He threatened to sue him.
Well, yeah.
I appreciate what he did, but he shouldn't even have to. But he has to worry about every little thing. Like, and you can hear it in his voice even when he's on the show. He wants to speak his mind, but he knows one little stupid thing, and half of the people won't come. But that's just such bullshit,
Yeah, I don't even know if that's true. First of all, it's only 140 seats. I think he could pack it for the next 40 years if he wanted to. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
But people shouldn't have to worry about their business because one little thing. That's why it sucks. But I guess in this list, it's just I don't like seeing it. It's scary for what's the world,
Well, nobody gave a shit when Bill Clinton fucking broads were coming out of the woodwork when Clinton was fucking assaulting them and allegedly raping them. No, Democrats did not give a fuck, but now they're all over Roy Moore. Now they're backpedaling. A lot of people on the left are backpedaling, going, we should have came out against Bill Clinton. So now they're covering for themselves. Now they can say stuff about Roy Moore. You're right. It's gone to a level of, it's ridiculous. Thanks for the call, Mike. Appreciate it.
See you,
got it. Yeah, but that table. So it was a gay comic that had a problem with the table. And any place that fosters, and his problem was that I guess there's too many straight males sitting around the table.
Yeah, in the very beginning of the article, it's at the Comedy Cellar in Grand Vigil. There's a table of comics where they said they joke, debate, goof off, ridicule their friends, as depicted on the FX series Louis. It's the most fun place. Blah blah blah. That table is the most important force in comedy. There are rarely women or gay men at the table. There are never trans people. And now there's an asterisk at when this was first published, it said there are never gay men. There are never trans people. So now he changed it to there are rarely, which there's a woman, there's a gay guy.
They're rarely because it's just more straight fucking guys in the business. You fuck. It's a mathematical thing.
Can it still be based on merit too?
Of course, but that's not this business. This stand-up show business attracts these broken little fucking nerds. This gay kid was probably picked on his whole fuck. He doesn't like anything that has the whiff of fucking male bonding. You understand? Because he wasn't included as a kid, and they carry this shit forever. Whether it's fucking Judd Apatow, who movies are based on emasculation, or whoever. They never let it fucking go. And that table is based on merit, like Noam says. And and Jessica Kirsten, God bless her, she wrote in on either Facebook or something. She says, I'm a gay woman who has a gay girlfriend or whatever. I've been treated like gold at that table. I'm paraphrasing or whatever. Yep. Judy Gold, Mario Cantone. I sat at the table for 20-something years next to all stripes. What's Greenbaum's name, that kid?
Harrison.
Harrison Green. Couldn't get, well, again, he says he's straight. But, he says he's fucking straight.
Liberace look like fucking.
Yeah, he makes Liberace look like fucking Dick Butkus.
I was thinking Dick
Butkus. But that is such nonsense, and that place has been so welcoming to that is just, it's a generation of fucking pussies. It makes me sick, and they're gonna go after the seller. And I love the idea that table was my idea because they look at me and go, "There's what we're talking about." Fucking ex-jock. He doesn't belong here. He doesn't belong in our business. Fucking cocky ex-jock. Fucking whatever. And I love that it bugs the shit out of him. I love that Trump's president. It's making them all fucking mental.
Yeah.
Now this is just look at Harvey Weinstein, what he did and shit. Yeah, he should be whatever. He's got what's coming to him. And the Kevin Spacey's, the real legitimate shit. But now they're just using it as a tool.
Yeah, sounds like Sour Grapes is someone who's not funny enough to sit at that table. So
exactly.
He calls it out.
And what's the guy's name that wrote it?
Guy Branum.
Guy Branum. I'll let you know this, too. I'm one of about 6 people who gets to eat and drink there for free for the rest of my life. So put that in your fucking gay sock. Oh, my God.
Quiet like a bitch.
Somebody get him some hummus. Great food there, by the way. Great place to hang out. Tremendous. Sat there with many a fucking David Lee Roth actually sat there. Wanted to do comedy. Seinfeld, Rock, all of them. Tremendous. And God bless Manny for fucking doing that table. But yeah, it's sour grapes. And this business is filled with sour grapes. It's filled with people who got picked on and Jesus Christ. Whatever. Me and Kevin, this guy Kevin Flynn, he was like an all-American soccer player at UMass. Good-looking kid. He came up the same generation me. He's a comedian from Boston with the same guy, and they fucking hated us. We'd walk into the whether it was Knicks or Stitches, Janine Garofalo would be there with a bunch of. They didn't want us in the conversation. You talk about prejudging people and shit. It was hilarious. It was just, they actually said to us, I think after we moved down to New York, was it Jim Dave? Somebody explained. No, it was in Boston still, but somebody said, no, you guys, this is our thing. This is our thing. I kind of understand it a little bit, but you're adults now. It's like the adults that use the word bully. That makes me sick to my stomach, too. Let's go to Rich in Georgia. Rich, what's happening?
Hey, Nick. Hey, I wanted to ask you, I'm not judging these women or anything like this, but I was wanting to see, I'm starting to think that this is the new attack on men because there is a war on, I guess you'd say straight men in this country right now. And the reason for that, one of the accusers that the news media is saying that Roy Moore sexually assaulted said that when she was a waitress at a bar, he flirted with her and it made her uncomfortable. And she's coming out and saying, now they're saying that that's sexual assault. And I was just wondering if this is going to be the way to attack straight men now.
Well, that's not going to work. I mean, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know which accuser you're talking. That's one I haven't heard of. If he just flirted with her, I mean, that's legal now to just flirt with a fucking waitress, even in this heightened time of man hating.
I think they were saying she was underaged, but still, that's a.
Well, I don't know which one he's talking about. There's 4 teenagers that he tried to date, and there's one that he got in a car and grabbed her by the neck and shit. So I don't know if he's talking about a new one, but if it gets to that point, the guy looked at me wrong, and it made me uncomfortable. Yeah, sorry, that's never gonna fucking work. And if it gets to that point, guys, like I said, stop paying attention to them. They'll dry up and blow away.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, because I like, these girls at the airports now, they're all wearing those tight pants and or spandex or whatever, and
Lululemons.
They're not wearing underwear. And you look at them, and then they give you a dirty look for staring.
Wait a minute, what airport is this, and what gate are you going out of?
Go to Atlanta Airport all day long, 24/7.
Well, if you're hanging out there 24/7, I'd want you to look into too, there, fella.
Well, I'm not there 24/7, but you know what I'm.
All right, I hear you. All right, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Georgia.
That boy is a P.I.G. pig.
24/7. He starts describing that them Lululemons are.
Oh, there are hot broads down there, though.
Well, they do. They dress fucking, whatever.
Yeah, the yoga
That's
pants.
the thing. You can take this only so far, And he does make... I mean, that was going on in the 80s. You get caught staring at a girl on the fucking treadmill wearing whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'm the pig? I can see your pussy lips, but I'm the fucking... come on. You can't legislate the fucking semen out of men. That's what they're trying to do. And most women still need that attention. But if you hang out at that Atlanta airport out there, gate 7, I seen some snatch walking right there. How dare you, boy? Kevin in New York. What's up, Kev?
What's up, Nick?
Oh, just making a living.
Yeah. Hey, is this Hollywood witch hunt? I mean, they find a new person every day to say they was sexual deviant. Is this comparable to McCarthy in the 50s with the communism?
Well, I guess you can make that. It's not a witch hunt because the people being hunted are men. So,
well.
I don't know what you call it, but it does seem like there's a touch of that. They're going to turn over every stone. Again, it's a fucking. Again, some women have legitimate beefs, and what Harvey. Let's not lose sight of that. What Harvey Weinstein did is fucking horrible, and but that's been going on in Hollywood.
Some of them are really bad, but I mean, some of them are just. I mean. Somebody looked at me 30 years ago, and now I got to go after them. That's bull.
Well, yeah, no, that's the fucking world we live in, and again, especially Hollywood. It's feminism is it's a fucking major force in Hollywood, and I'll say it again: just watch any commercial, any movie, any sitcom. It's usually about female empowerment. If I see one more commercial with a woman hitting a heavy bag, I'm gonna fucking shit blood. Well, I'm actually shitting blood now, even before.
You already are.
All right, thanks.
All right, buddy.
Thanks,
have a good night.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. It's just but it has turned into that. It really has. And again, you don't want to make light of the girls who have suffered, serious shit. But I have trouble, well, I was traumatized. Well, you're not gonna fucking be in a foxhole with me. Why? Well, because I'm 55 and I have. I'm just saying, you're paralyzed. We were paralyzed by his dick. No kidding. Fucking magic wand he's got. Junior in Texas. One last call before the break. Junior.
Hey, Nick. How you doing? Hope you're healing up well.
Yes, I'm better than I was last week, but I can see I'm going to have to stop putting coffee filters in my shorts. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we all have that problem. But no, Nick, I've been reading these sexual harassment articles, and I don't know the definition of sexual harassment anymore. Like, I read articles that talk about Kevin Spacey, and then I read articles about guys glaring at women, and that's considered harassment, and they felt threatened. Like, do words have meaning anymore? Like, I don't know what your take on this is. Like, it confuses me.
Well, no, that's
is it the guy or...
Yeah, no, it's you're right, and the same thing with, like, when we talk about race, what used to be considered racist, the scope, the definition of the word racist keeps growing and growing. It used to be I'm not drinking out of the same water fountain, and now it's if you disagree with the black president's policies back. It's the shit keeps expanding. They keep changing the definition, but it all has something in common. It's sort of anti-white male. What?
Yeah, if you're Bill O'Reilly and you make fun of Maxine Waters, like, that's racism. Like, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, But
Bill O'Reilly did a lot of things, but
yeah. Well, there's this movement to get the fucking white guys out of the way in this country. And good luck to you. It's going to happen soon enough, folks. You can't keep pushing it. But point to me to another country that where you can make your dreams come true. And
Nick, I'm Mexican, but I'm Mexican, but I agree with you on most things. So that's just as bad.
You're Mexican, huh? Now, how'd you get in here?
Walked past the border. I'm kidding.
I know.
My parents, no.
Your parents, they came over and fucking your mother had you in a hospital, and now you're a citizen.
My mom's from Louisiana, so I don't fully know my background. Like, most Mexican families, it's not exactly clear. So,
all right, I got to go to break. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
All right. Let's take a break, and I would like to see this if there is a list. They say it's not a physical list, but wouldn't it be funny if like Mitch McConnell was the fucking 8 women come out against him? Pictures, they have black eyes and chipped teeth, and Mitch has no shirt on. He's in like a wife beater, fucking saggy tits.
But you're a great big fat person.
866-969-1969. Back with the final segment right after this. Welcome back. Final segment on a Wednesday. Tomorrow night, Robert Kelly will be live here in the Paolo's Den. Hopefully. Something horrible happens. Fury, you're going to be where? Philly?
Philly. Big show.
What? Helium?
No, Punchline. New Punchline over there.
There's a new Punchline
Yes,
in
Punchline Philly now. I've never been there. I'm excited to go.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Where is it? How close is it to Helium?
I don't know. I've never been there. I don't think it's that close.
Punchline as in, has nothing to do with the comedy, the improvs, right? Probably
no.
Different company.
I don't know if it's affiliated to the other Punchlines.
Still opening clubs, huh?
Yeah. Apparently it's been doing great.
Gracious. Heloise. What were we just talking about? I don't even remember.
We were talking about the DC creep list.
Oh, the creep list in DC. Yeah. Well, I think the Dems would be more apt to be on that list, since the Republicans are known as the uptight white, old people, whatnot. But there was a guy, some power player, some Democratic, donates a lot of money to the Democrats in Hollywood. They found the young black guy dead in his apartment in West Hollywood. Keeping that one quiet. I guess he's donated a lot of money. He's not a politician himself, but I would have thought somebody sent me that on Twitter. It's pretty he's pretty well known in West Hollywood, where I lived actually for about a year. That's when I lived. Do you got him?
I'm looking it up now, but I just laughing at you living in West Hollywood.
Me in West Hollywood? I know. I had no idea what I was. I had no idea. Sierra Bonita was the name of the street. Ed Buck is the guy you're looking for. Google Ed Buck. It's like a 62-year-old white guy, filthy rich donor to the Democrat Party. And this past July, they found like a young black. I guess he has a real taste for young black fellas. So. It wasn't, people weren't that surprised. He looks like a creep.
He really does.
Yeah. They said they weren't surprised. But, it's not just, this thing started off with Harvey Weinstein, but, I wonder if Hollywood really is any worse than any other industry, what goes on in, Wall Street and anywhere else. Politics, obviously. Anywhere there's power. Remember Henry Kissinger, the greatest aphrodisiac is power. Bet you he's got some skeletons with dirty panties in his closet.
Can you imagine?
Let's go to Kenny in Manhattan. Kenny, what's up? Kenny?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
Ken, you're on. What's going on?
Is that me or is Jimmy? Jimmy from Manhattan.
It says Kenny on the screen and the thing, but okay, Jimmy.
No. Now, I just wanted to say that I think because you and Matt Reese, you get your balls busted a lot. I think it's because You guys aren't the classical character actor look. You guys are kind of like leading man looks. And I think that people bust your chops because they're secretly attracted to you.
I don't get what when you say we get our chops busted on stage, you mean?
No.
Oh,
Not
real life.
Like when Matt Reese was on the other day and that guy was taking that pleasure in the busting his chops. You guys are good looking. Not that I'm, I swing that way, but you guys are good looking, and I think people get a little jealous over good guys that just want to be regular guys because we can't hate you.
I'm sure there's some of that. Lenny Clark, I don't get it that now. I look like fucking Buttafuoco, but when I first started out, Lenny Clark goes to me. Lenny goes, let me tell you something, kid. The fucking girls are going to love you, and the boyfriends are going to fucking hate you. And was he fucking right for the first few years?
Eddie Murphy said like 30 years ago, I think in a Playboy interview, that he said people will go to my movie over going to Tom Cruise's movie because they won't want to screw me or something like that. So, I don't know. But I think he's a leading man. I don't know. But that's all.
Yeah, there's some of that, I'm sure.
But this is the pleasure that they get into it. I think it's that liberal mentality. They want a utopia. They don't want any struggle, no conflict,
right?
No creative conflict. They want a utopia, and you're only going to have a utopia if everybody thinks the same, and then you want to kill yourself because you're bored.
Well, yeah, that's their idea of utopia. Everybody thinking like them, and it's just not going to fucking happen. And they're hell bent on it. And boy, they get fucking pissed when you don't think like them. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate the call.
Take care.
Brendan in Minnesota says some of the moves that he used to use on his girlfriend would get him in deep shit now. Brendan, like what? Like a figure eight lock, a headlock, choke hold? What are you talking about?
Well, I didn't use any moves on her that get me in trouble. But what I was trying to tell your call guy was that in order for me to actually get my girlfriend in the first place, I had to do some shit that if she didn't like it, I would have gotten a lot of trouble at work for.
Like what? Like what?
Well, I used to work at fucking McDonald's as a manager there. I was like 20 and she was 16. And I'd fucking be like, hey, why don't you go grab that rag there? I want you to bend over and wipe down that table. And then she'd go over there and like sit in the booth like, no. Bend over the table.
Holy shit. That would get you arrested in fucking 1971.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Give her ass a little pinch or whatever. I mean, of course, obviously, I was putting moves on her before, so I thought I had an idea that it was going to be okay. But, if I was a dumbass and not reading the situation correctly, yeah, I could have been fired pretty quick.
Well, yeah, obviously you're not a dumbass. I mean, you're telling people what to do at McDonald's, so there's no problem there.
Well, I'm not there anymore. Fuck that. I'm driving a truck.
Wait, Wendy's?
No, I'm driving a truck, dummy.
Oh. Driving a truck.
No,
what are you bringing? Patties? Frozen patties up to Burger King?
No, they don't make enough money. No, I don't do anything with food service anymore. I was 20 at the time, so now I'm 24 and doing better with my life. But yeah, at the time, I mean, I got a lot of those McDonald's bitches to do stuff.
McDonald's bitches. Making it sound like a new burger they have out. Got a McDonald's bitches.
Yeah.
All right, Brendan. I'm glad to see you're out of jail.
But it's all right.
All right, Brendan.
All right, bye.
Take care, man.
Wielding that power.
Clean that shake machine, bitch.
2016 still a little.
What was Attell's line about the fucking girl working at McDonald's at the
the
girl? You want to fuck the girl in the shake machine? Yeah, but she's slow. Them titties ain't slow.
The dim girl on the fry later.
Them titties ain't slow. Oh my God, that's horrible. I don't know, folks. What a world, though, huh? It's almost unpleasant, isn't it, to get up every day and read the news? It's just so polarized. Isn't even in the word anymore. There's no common ground on anything. Let's go to Chucky in Boston. Let's talk about Bill Cosby. Chuck.
Yeah, I was going to call last week on Tuesday. I thought you were going to be in. I was going to invite you to Gelly's in Texas, see if you wanted to ride the mechanical bull.
In Kelly, yes.
Did you know that the Cosby Show is on Bounce TV? It has been for the past few months.
It's on what?
Bounce TV. If you Google Bounce TV and look at the schedule, you can see it's on regular. There's a digital antenna signal.
Yeah.
And the channels come in that way. Bounce TV shows a lot of black program, like movies, black TV shows. Yeah, Bill Cosby's on the air. So anybody wondering if Louis going to have a comeback, if they gave Bill Cosby's TV show back for whatever reason, I just thought you might want to know that Cosby was actually on the air.
Yeah, well, we know how that works. He'll double standard. But, Louis going to be fine. He'll be fine. Like I said, I mean, you know, when you're a stand-up, it's one thing to be an actor or whatever and get booted out of Hollywood or out of that circle, then you kind of fuck. But when you're a stand-up, he can always... First of all, people are going to want to hear what he has to say about all this in a year or two. And secondly, you go outside the Hollywood system. That's the beauty of it. You go, hey, fucking, I'm booking myself. I'll be at this venue here in Dallas. You know what I mean?
What Louis did was kind of creepy, but they can't be fucking putting him in the same situation as Cosby and fucking Weinstein.
No, I know.
What
That's
he did was creepy. You don't fucking take it out and say, did you want me to take it out? You ask the girl if you want to see it. If she says no, then you don't show it to her.
Yeah. I didn't even have the balls to do that. I used to go, would you like to see my kitchen? I used to go, would you like to see my kitchen? I have granite counters. But it's true. We talked about that. We made that point already. How they lumped, they're lumping Louis in his pictures next to fucking, all the other creeps. They did the same thing with Bill. They mentioned Bill O'Reilly in the same voice, same sentence as Cosby. It's what they did with fucking race. Anybody who voted for Trump, you're part of the alt-right. You're a neo-fucking Nazi. I'm talking, Chuck. You're a neo-Nazi. KKK. Go ahead.
So you can kind of equate, maybe not, but I think you can kind of equate Louis, what he did, to any guy that jerks off the porn. It's kind of the same, but really not. But it's not as bad as fucking Weinstein and Cosby. Put it that way.
No, of course not. Cosby's the worst. Cosby's the fucking... 50 women had the same story. What is that, a coincidence? He was fucking drugging these broads.
Nick, when you went in for your surgery, you were knocked out with drugs and you woke up with your asshole hurt. And I thought, did you have Dr. Cosby?
Yeah. I didn't put it together, but there was a... I remember hearing, I'm going to stick the scalpel in this little motherfucker. I don't even know the theme song. All right, Chucky.
Keep up the good work there, Nick.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you. Woke up with a sore ass. But they did. They lumped him in. They lumped Louis in with all the other... And these are the people who always cry. You shouldn't paint with a broad brush like that. Don't generalize. Not all people. They fucking love it. Tired of talking about it. Again, I feel like when I was single and I was out there playing the field, I wasn't quite aggressive enough looking back on it. Fiore, you're younger than me. You guys have a different playing field.
Yeah, I'm the same way, though. I hear guys that go, I'd fucking take it out, and we'd see where it goes. I go, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I never felt comfortable enough to do that.
No, I know. But I understand why you aren't comfortable doing that, but I mean...
Why is that?
Well, you're going to pull out a corn nut. You're going to scare the girl away.
Yeah, open it up. The snakes pop.
Snakes. It's like you open it up. It's like a piece of elbow macaroni. Girls, I won't blow you, but I could go for a nice mac and cheese with loves. Dennis, what's going on, Dennis and Kelly?
What's up, Dick? I'm in the car here with my wife, and she's a pretty fucking liberal Democrat, and I'm a very conservative Republican. And
push her out of the car.
Huh?
Push her out of the car. Open the door. Push her.
Absolutely not.
Kill that bitch.
we had a big old fucking fight on immigration the other day. I said, round them all up, because the other day you were talking about the World War I camps with the Japs, how we did that, and I said, that's what we need to fucking do now. And
I thought it was World War II.
World War II, yeah.
Yeah.
He makes me call him Big Daddy Trump in bed. That's a real story. That's real shit right there.
What did she say?
I make her call me Big Daddy Trump while I fuck her.
It's better than my wife makes me. My wife refers to me as Mitch McConnell. He must be a good lay, huh?
I told her we just need to get rid of all the terrorists, all the fucking jihads, all the fucks. I said we just need to get the fuck out, and if we can't, then we shoot them.
A little oversimplistic, but yeah, I'm with you on the. I'm with you on the end results.
On the end results, right? The end game.
How did you guys? Let me ask you a question. You're a conservative. She's a liberal. Where did you meet, and how's it working out?
It works pretty good, actually. Surprisingly enough, we just kind of leave politics out of it, and we agree to disagree and just fuck it out.
You just fuck it out. Holy shit. Do you dress her up like Maxine Waters with a little cowboy hat?
No, absolutely not. But I might now. Good idea.
All right, kids. Well, I'm glad it's working. I'm glad it's working out for you. I'm sure it'll end in gunplay eventually.
It will.
Yeah, not if they fucking criminalize guns like they're trying, but we'll figure that out.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Take care.
All right. I like those people.
Okay. I have Nick, the pig, as a friend.
He's calling me a pig. Yeah, boy, things are changing fast, ain't they? Yeah, it's just disturbing, man. It's. I was watching yesterday. What was I watching? But they're talking about, I don't know, it wasn't Dr. Phil, but one of those shows, and how when you have kids, these kids are getting exposed at ages 5 and 6 to like sexual shit on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't monitor them all the time, and their innocence is like blown away. They see the most horrendous shit. I couldn't, it makes sexual harassment look like a friggin' joke. Hey, it's our buddy, a brother from Georgia, Leonard weighing in. Leonard, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, Nick. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Well, good. First off, I wanted to defend Georgia. We don't all hang out at a frickin' airport 24/7.
Okay.
Fair enough. You go to malls, high schools, places of that nature to see that also in the great state of Georgia. But that's the first thing. Second thing is on this list, be careful what you wish for, because the people making it, half of them are going to end up on it. And again, as I've spoken before, it's the current dance. It's the current craze right now. And it all boils back down to they hate the way the election went. So therefore, let's, stir up. And currently, as you say, it started in Hollywood, but hey, that's a great idea. But they're all going to wind up on the list. Everybody has skeletons in their closets. Mark my words, that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
And until Moore takes that gun out that he waves around and shoots somebody in the ass, they'll talk about it until something else comes along. That's exactly what's going to happen. And that's coming from your humble Southern friend. And
Leonard, let me ask you, where do you stand on the Roy Moore situation? What's your opinion?
My opinion, I was talking about it last night. If he's truly guilty of something, then he needs to be held accountable for it. But I'm just having a hard time on the timing of it. The statement, I listened to the statement the one lady's making. I have no reason to doubt her. I don't know. But it was a prepared statement, and it's like the same that came out against Trump right before the election. All the people that came out that were so traumatized, so terrified, you hadn't heard a damn thing since.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's the timing of it. It's what it's what I find at least suspicious. But hey, as I said last night, go for it. That don't boot them out. Something else will. But go for it. Get up there with the rest of the pit of snakes, of politicians up there, and see what happens. Maybe it could do some good.
Yeah, they don't want him there for sure, because he doesn't think like anybody Anybody up there?
Well, exactly. It's like Larry was saying last night, who is a well-informed truck driver, for a little bit better spoken than I am. But as he was saying last night, if they do get him elected up there, they can take him off the Republican Party, I believe he said, and just boot him out that way, or take him off the Senate. But anyway, I'm still praying for your asshole. I think about it once in a while.
All right, Leonard.
Don't know how that goes. All right.
Yeah, I will. It's it's fucking brutal. That's all I got to say. It's as brutal as the doctor said it was going to be. Even the people. Thank you for the call, Leonard. We'll talk to you soon. Even the nurses today. I went for my post-op. That's another comfortable one too. There's a table with a kneeler, like in church. You put the kneeler down. When you put that down, I kneel on that, and I pull my shorts. It's unbelievable. Just
what? And then just doggy style.
And and then the table goes up under your gut like he's like a dentist chair backwards almost.
Be a better way.
Huh? No, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It opens up like a nice ripe cantaloupe. It's horrible. It's fucking. So I can't imagine doing that for a living. Not that that's all he does, but even if that was a small part of it.
Right. Oh, my God.
But, he said everything looked good. He said it looked like, again, one of Tom Sizemore's girlfriend's eyes after a fucking drunking. When's that going to come out, Mr. Sizemore?
I thought it already did.
That can't, years ago, he's always had that reputation. He's been in trouble for, physical abuse or whatever. But I got to believe there's some skeletons there, right?
Absolutely.
Rob in Idaho wants to talk about No, Rob, you there?
No.
God damn it! Wanted to talk about girl Hillary. Where was she? Where was she when Bill Clinton was being accused of all that shit? Where was she? She was fucking shitting all over those women, actually attacking the women that were accusing. Now you got people. A lady named Goldberg, that was at the New York Times, wrote an article, says, I believe Juanita Broderick, the one who claimed Bill raped her. Now she believes her. There's a lot of that going on right now. Now they're going, we should have defended, we should have went after, but now they're saying it again, not because they feel bad. Now they can go after fucking Moore or Trump or whoever and go, look, we went after, But I don't remember him being in a huff. But I hope this list, I really hope this list exists. This will make Hollywood look silly, I'm telling you. The shit thing in D.C., oh my goodness. What people will do for, I hope there's some footage. Hope there's some, some actual video.
Yeah.
Trying to think, I can't, video of Pelosi. Giving somebody a hand job.
I was going to go glory hole. Just going to town.
What are you doing, Pelosi? I'm trying to get this bill passed. What's it look like? Anyways, it's a horrible world. I'm glad my career went so well that I don't have any power. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What if I did get the Irishman and I looked at the girl that craft services wrong? Jesus H. Christ, it would be hell to pay. But, it's a shame. All right, that is it, I guess, kids. I want to get my plugs in before I go. Come see me this Friday night, Cary Memorial Hall, Lexington, Mass. The next night, the Cabot Theater in Beverly, Mass. December 8th and 9th, Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo. I love Buffalo, another working class city. Great comedy town. Helium, 8th and 9th. New Year's Eve, the Hawk Comedy Club in Yonkers, the new one. They have an actual real room. So that'll be nice, huh? New Year's Eve, I'll be home by a certain hour. Beautiful. That is it, kids. We got Robert Kelly tomorrow night live right here. So we'll talk to you then. And I'm going to go soak my filthy ass. Take care of yourselves.